I just built an AI sales coach that analyzes every single call, catches every objection that I missed, and tells me what to say next time, all automatically. Now, when most people review their calls, they're missing like 90% of what they actually could have done better the next time because they're not analyzing properly whatsoever. But this system does it in seconds with zero effort. And the best part is that you don't need any coding skills, no expensive softwares, nothing like that. And so today I'm going to show you how you can connect Firefly's AI, Poppy AI, Make, and even go high level, or any other tool that you want to connect. So this video is going to be split into multiple parts from start to finish, building the entire thing. So don't miss out, don't skip this video. And if you don't have Poppy AI already, click the first link in the description. I'll just send you all the templates that I'm using in this video, so you can just build off of it and tweak it to anything that you want. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So first thing you want to do is head over to make.com, create a new scenario, and you're going to see an empty board just like this. So the first thing that we want actually right here is going to be Fireflies. Now, if you use something else for like note taking, like maybe you use something like Fathom. Well, there's no Fathom like module here. What you can do probably is use like a webhook or an API, but that's a little bit extra. So for this example, we're going to use Fireflies. So Fireflies AI, and what we can do is just select Get Transcript. So once we select that, we can wait for this to load, get the transcript ID, but let's unclick map, and we can just click whatever call that we want right here. So for this video, I'm just going to click a random one. You can click that, then click save. Boom. Now we can actually create the next module. And by the way, this actually doesn't run automatically because for some reason you can't have it for to run automatically as soon as a call is done. So you might have to come in make.com, click run once, and then it'll just do everything from there. It'll create the Google Doc with all the call review resources and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about that a bit later. But once you're done creating the Fireflies module, you want to create the next one. So next one's going to be HTTP. So once you have that typed in, you want to click make a request. Now once you have that module and you have make a request, you're going to want to actually go to Poppy AI. Now you want to actually create a new board first. So let's go over here. I already have that one right there, but you want to create a new board by clicking up here or clicking N. Now what we can do is click on API at the top right and then click on post. Now you're going to see this whole entire like little dashboard thing. So pretty much what we're going to do here is knowledge base only. Actually, first thing you want to do is let's say hi, just so it can load the username and password. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but cool. So it's going to say hi. Boom. Now we have API. Now what we're going to do is just copy and paste this chat link. So copy that, and then we're going to head over to URL. We're going to paste that in there right there. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to show this, so I might just blur it out to be honest. But cool. So it says that's not a value. Value must not be empty. Well, it's not empty. So let me click save. So boom, make sure you have that URL in there. Then for method, we're going to click post. And then we're going to click on headers. Now we're going to have two headers right here actually. So you want to click that twice, make sure there's two items. So the first header name, this is going to say, and you have to copy this word for word, it's going to say content type. Then for the value, we're going to actually put here application JSON. Application, then slash JSON. So let me retype that, JSON. Not sure why it's doing that. Might have to just copy and paste it in there actually. Let me put it up here, application slash JSON. Then copy and paste that into here. Boom, there we go. Then for item number 2, you want to type in here authorization. This is just so like, you put the API key pretty much here. So it knows that you're authorizing the actual request. So authorization is the name. And then the value, we're going to head back to Poppy. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. And then we're going to get the API key, copy that, head over back to make. And then for the value, we're just going to paste that right in there. Boom. So now we have those two, which is awesome. We're pretty much almost done with this already. So for the body type, we're going to click on raw. Then content type is going to be same thing that we put up there, application slash JSON. And then for request content, we're going to head over to Pop AI. We're going to put this in here. We're going to just copy and paste that and put it into make.com, into request content. Boom, just copy and paste it, and then we're done with that. Then you want to create a new module, and this one's going to be text aggregator, or sorry, tools, and then text aggregator. So let me type in text. Boom. So this module right here. Then for this, you want to select the HTTP, make a request. Then you want to click on show advanced settings. Row separator is going to be a new row. And then for the text, we can just click that. We can go to HTTP. We can select data. Now, the reason that we need this text aggregator box is because when I tried it without this, it looked horrible, like a whole bunch of just horrible text. So what you want to do is actually just have that text aggregator so it can be split up like into different like lines, and it can look pretty nice and neat just like this. So that's why we have that there. And then the next one is going to be pretty much anything that you want. So For me, you can, I put Google Docs because that's where I would probably check. But for you, you can connect it to like SMS, for example. If I type in SMS, you can have it send the SMS message. You can have it, send an email. If you have high level, this is pretty simple actually. You can have it send an email. You can have it send SMS through high level, or maybe even like anything else, like Google Sheets, anything like that. But for me, I put Google Docs. So I press that, create a document. Then you have to connect your account. Boom. The name is going to be, what I did was call review. Let me add that here. Call review, and then I have the name of the actual meeting from Fireflies. Then the content is going to be, let me see, so tools, text aggregator, and then we're going to select text. This is going to be like the actual nice, like spaced out text that's easy to read. Then the drive folder, of course, you can select this as well. It's going to force you. Boom. So just select a random one, VSL resources, sure. And then we want to save that. And while it's loading, by the way, if you still don't have Pop AI, make sure you click the link in the description to get access. You're going to get a discount code, and you can just follow my steps throughout this video. Let's just wait for this, and let me just speed up this part right here. Boom. Actually, I don't even need to speed it up. It's already done. Boom. And it just created the doc. So if I head over back to here, let me wait for the actual new, let me wait for it to reload. It's 503, and yep, it just gave me the text. Awesome. So it tells me my credits remaining, all that stuff, and it gave me the text that it said from the prompt. So what we can do actually is change this a little bit. I'm gonna select, yeah, so prompt. What we can do is delete this. Boom, and then let me add some dots in there just so I don't mess it up there. And then boom. So what we can do is actually go here. We can now ChatGPT generate a fake call, transcript. So generate a fake 5-minute call transcript. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use a fake one that's a little bit shorter. And by the way, if you have a long call, it's probably going to give you like a little bit of an error. So what you can do is actually, let me see right here. You can select, in between Fireflies and HTTP, create a module, and then you're going to find Laviti. So pretty much this is going to summarize all the text. So what you can do is just connect this, use the API. It gives you 30 free resources. It's free. Don't worry, you only have 30 max tries with it though. So you can connect this, have the Fireflies text go to it, and then Laviti is just going to pretty much, if I'm saying it properly, it's just going to summarize all the text. Then you could just add that to HTTP and the text aggregator, and then just, go from there pretty much. But for me, that's why I'm doing it really short. I don't want to add that right now. So I'm going to click auto line. Let me save that again. And we're going to have ChatGPT actually give me a fake transcript. So transcript with 2 objections. All right, so it just gave me a fake transcript. What I'm going to do is just copy, and yeah, so let me just copy this. Boom. Head over to make.com, head over to HTTP, and we can scroll down a little bit, and we can just paste that in here. But before I paste it, what you're going to do is pretty much type in, what you want it to do before. So you can pretty much say, review this call, transcript, and give me everything I did good and bad. That's pretty much simple. And then you could just put like the semicolons, and then you can just put the transcript box there. So I just copy and pasted it for this video, but what you would do is pretty much just head over to either Fireflies or Laviti, and then you would put sentences and then raw text. That's what you would do. But for me, I'm just copy and pasting a fake transcript, and then yeah, let me save that. Save, and now let me run this. Now it's going to give me a new document analyzing that fake transcript, and we're going to see how it does. It's going to give me all the good, all the bad, and you can even customize this to do pretty much anything that you want it to do. So okay, it gave me a little bit of an error. All right, so playing around with this for even a little bit, I had to look at my other one that I built yesterday for, me preparing for this video, and I saw the problem. So pretty much, I was using those little spaces. What I had ChatGPT do was just give me like one entire line with all the transcript compressed into one line pretty much, and that pretty much worked. So one thing you can do to actually fix this problem is going to be analyze the script and give me all the good slash bad slash objections I might have missed. And then that's actually why I had this prompt box right here, but I just forgot about that from earlier. So let me just connect this. Boom, let me delete that. And as you can see, all the prompts pretty much go here too. So you can pretty much see like the prompts did row like really well here. Like you can see Pop AI put it in the chat because save history is pretty much on. So let me show you that actually. If you click on HTTP, if you don't want it to save in the chat, you can just make save history false. But for me, I put it as true just so I can see it, so you guys can visualize it, watching this video. So now that the text block is added to the knowledge base, HTTP, wait for this to load. So we can just see it made the doc. Let me refresh right here. Once again, it's 520. So fix that, and boom, you can see it's pretty much perfect now. It looks great. So it's pretty much spaced out, and you can change this to whatever you want, by the way. So for me, I just made it do strengths of conversation, areas of improvement, objections I might have missed opportunities, and it gives me pretty much anything that I need. And I'm pretty sure you could customize this a lot more. This is just the basic stuff. Now that you have the API, you can do so much stuff, and this call review system with AI automatically is something you can do as well. And this should help a ton. So if you want the exact Poppy AI and make.com template, click the first link in the description to sign up for Poppy AI, and I'll send it to you right from there. So you can just build off of it and you don't have to do it step by step using this video. Anyhow, tell me if you like this video in the comments and let me know anything else I should build. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.